Plus, the young gun taking on the established brands in consumer electronics. Ruslan Kogan on his different approach to business.
The whole openness approach, and that wins trust.
Join me on Sky News Business.
Hello there, welcome back to Summer Money on the Sky News Business channel. Well, an Australian entrepreneur has become the market leader in the sale of second-hand mobile phones to the developing world. Mazuma Mobiles spent $132 million buying old mobile phones from people in the UK who've upgraded to a newer model and wanted to cash in on the old one. The service is now operating in Australia, and Sky News business reporter John Kerrison spoke with Mazuma Mobile's Charlo Karabot and asked him to just explain the business model.
In the UK, about 5 years ago, there was plenty of recycling schemes which enabled you to drop your phone into a bin and have it recycled for its materials. But what we saw is there was a number of handsets that still had a lot of value and still had a lot of life left in them. They'd probably been used for 1 or 2 years. They'd been upgraded because the contract allowed them to upgrade free of charge. They were just sitting in drawers, doing nothing, devaluating. What we also had is we had a lot of developing countries that had a lot of demand for cheaper, affordable mobile phones, and we pretty much put two and two together. We enabled the UK public to be able to turn those unwanted mobile phones into cash and then have those handsets reused in developing countries like China. So what we did is we developed a scheme which allowed the customers to go onto a website and value their handset, register the sale, and then we sent them out a pack. They simply posted the phones off to us, and we processed them within 48 hours and sent them a payment.
Now, Mazuma's not the only company in this industry, in this sector, taking phones and on selling them. How big is the market? What actually happens to the phones?
Right, the majority of phones that we purchase, they're processed. We have a Environment Agency approved facility in the UK, so the handsets come in, and I'd say 99% of the handsets are processed for reuse, so they go through a number of steps of treatment. We separate which models go to which markets, and then they're sold into places like China, India, Africa, and what have you. There is huge markets in developing countries. If you think of China alone, they have a population of over 1 billion people, and they don't have the luxury of having networks subsidise their handsets. So it means they have to go out and pay full value for a mobile phone. So the second-hand mobile option is quite attractive.
You say that in Australian dollar terms you've paid out about $132 million for people's unused mobile phones. Big do you think this sector can grow?
I mean, in the UK, people regularly upgrade as soon as they can. As soon as they reach their contract, they upgrade. Networks heavily subsidise mobile phones. The pace of technology and fashion keeps driving end users to upgrade their phones, even when their old phones are still working and perfectly fine. So we saw a huge market, and we saw that the market will continue to grow. Currently, we process about 7,000 phones a day in the UK, and we've paid out over $130 odd million to the public. Australia has a similar market. If you think for the size of population, this year alone, over 8 million handsets were sold in Australia. So we fast see the Australian market becoming very similar to the UK market. In a recent survey that we conducted, we found that everyone surveyed had an old mobile phone sitting at home, doing nothing. They've upgraded. In terms of orders, we find that everyone that's placed an order with Mazuma Mobile in Australia typically has 2 phones, and the average value of each phone is about $55. So the average order value in Australia that we're paying out is over $100 per customer.
Now, you've already mentioned the millions of mobile phones sitting in cupboards or in drawers around Australia that aren't being used. Was that the key reason you've decided to open up the second arm of your business here in Australia, or was there more to it than that?
There's two reasons why Mazuma have come to Australia. Number one is because it's close to me. My family live in Australia. I was brought up in Australia. I return to Australia quite often, and I couldn't help see Australia evolving into the same situation that the UK was in 4 years ago. There is recycling schemes for consumers to be able to really dispose of their handset and have it recycled for materials, but there isn't any reuse schemes in Australia, and I can see the number of mobile phones really mounting up. We already estimate over 10 million handsets sitting in drawers across the country, with another 8 million handsets being sold this year alone. That problem isn't going to go away. As much as there is recycling schemes in Australia, it's very unlikely that someone will drop an old iPhone into a recycle box. That handset is likely to sit in a drawer and devalue over time. So there's a great opportunity for us to have those handsets reused in developing markets like we do in the UK.
I wonder, how much are the phones worth for you? On the website, for example, it says you'd buy an Apple iPhone 3G for about $190. What's the markup for you when that phone's on-sold into developing countries?
When we purchase phones, the price that we buy them compared to the price that we sell them, there is an obvious markup. The markup mostly is to pay for the cost of having that phone posted to us. We offer a free of charge postal service to consumers, so that needs to be covered. We make a fixed margin on the handset regardless of the value. So regardless of whether we're buying a $5 phone or a $300 phone, our margin is fixed, and we make a very small margin per handset. So the prices that you receive as a consumer aren't too different to the prices that we're selling onto developing markets. Our business model is very much based on volumes. In the UK, we process about 140,000 handsets a month. So that allows us to be able to run our business on very, very, very small margins and enable us to pay the customer the maximum value.
You collect the mobile phones via the internet, don't you? So you don't have a bricks and mortar business. How important was that for you to be flexible, to do everything online?
We have to design our business to be very lean, to be able to maximize the amount of money that we can pay to customers. That's essential to us. We want to be able to pay as much as we can per handset. So we work on very, very small margins. Online allows us to do that. The retail environment just wouldn't allow us to carry those type of overheads. And as well as that, it's very simple for the end user. They go onto one website, they can value their handset, and we can service pretty much the whole country through the one site.
One of the concerns you must come across from people who are selling their phones to you is, what about the data on the phone? How do you tackle that as a customer concern?
Data has always been always been a top of concern for us. What we've done is we've empowered the end user to be able to take control of their own data security. The way that we've done that is we've painstakingly designed a data delete tool, which basically has step-by-step instructions for pretty much every single model out there. So when someone is selling a mobile phone to Mazuma Mobile, all they simply do is go to our data delete tool, type in what model they have, and we'll email them a step-by-step instructions on how to erase data before they even send us the phone.
What do you hope from the business model here in Australia and in other markets that Mazuma may move into? Do you believe there's considerable growth for the phone reuse market?
Sure. What we hope to achieve in Australia is the same success that we have in the UK. In the UK, an industry is formed out of the service that we developed, 4 or 5 years ago. And we are the market leader in the UK. We have 35% market share. We hope to develop and create the same industry in Australia and really set very high service levels in Australia and really develop the reuse market in Australia. Next markets, we're looking at Europe. Our passion is to really enter a market and be the best in that market, develop a very responsible and very, you know, a quality service in each market and lead that market. So we carefully enter markets with the ambition to be #1 in that market long term.
Well, coming up, I'll be speaking with IBISWorld's Michael Wilson about businesses that stand to cash in on 2011's New Year's resolutions. Back in a moment.